humans, how's it going? It's Chani ZA here, and welcome to an unexpected video that I wasn't expecting to make, but given the light of my recent Star Wars reaction video, I thought that this would be appropriate to make as a follow-up. Late last night / early this morning / whenever it was in South African time, I saw the Sims posted a tweet. Hey Simmers, we apologize for the slow response to the recent concerns and want to let you know that we hear you. The Sims universe is always growing, but we know we need to keep you up to date as best we can. Here is an update from the Sims GM Lindsay Pearson. Now, if you haven't watched my Star Wars video and my Star Wars reaction, I played you the video that Lindsay posted recently about the address that she made about skin tones and stuff. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure you go watch that. And then this is basically in response to that, because obviously Lindsay, like, there was a lot of feedback off of that video, and I've also linked it down in the description below. If I thought people were being upsetty spaghetti about the Star Wars pack, this is just, I feel like, enraged the community so much more. So I haven't read it. I just wanted to read into what was being said before I give my own opinion about it. So basically, a letter from the Sims team. The team addresses community feedback and discusses other news from around the Sims 4 universe. So we start off, oh, it's a short one. Hi Simmers, we want you to know we've been seeing all of your feedback and we hear you. As we always have been, we're committed to growing The Sims as a game and as a community. So instead of trying to respond to a variety of tweets, we wanted to consolidate some thoughts and updates in one place. We are working on adding significantly more skin tones before the end of the year, and we'll share news on our progress soon. Beyond that, we're committed to continuing to expand representation in The Sims 4. This is not one step, but a journey. On upcoming content, when we consider something for addition to the game, we consider what it will take to update it meaningfully. This is just as true for babies as it would be for cars, bunk beds, and any other number of feature requests. Sometimes there is foundational technology we need to work through, and sometimes we need to dig into designs more deeply to make sure we understand your expectations. This work takes time, and we don't update you on these projects until they become more real. Game development in general can take a long process, and like most of the world, we're adjusting to continued states from working from home. In just a matter of weeks, we'll be sharing more info about our next expansion pack, which we've been working on since last year. I want to set expectations now, though, that cars, babies, farms, and bunk beds are not part of this expansion pack. We understand how important these features are to you, but we want to be honest that they are not part of this upcoming pack. As a team, we're going to make more of an effort to communicate what's coming with more regularity and transparency, so that you can continue to feel in the loop about new features, experiences, packs, and general information. That's it for now, and you'll be hearing more from us soon. In the meantime, all we ask is you to be kind, engage in constructive conversations with each other, and continue to celebrate what makes The Sims special to you. And I can assure you that we will continue to listen, continue to invest in The Sims 4, and continue to engage with you. We could not do what we do without our players. Sim Guru, Lindsay, and The Sims team. Okay, so before anyone's watching this video thinking that I'm going to be defending EA because I'm a content creator, oh, you're paid to say this stuff, I have never been paid by EA / The Sims to ever create content ever. I am a small speck, an insignificant speck on the internet, okay? I am an established creator in South Africa, but if you take me outside of the South African gaming space and into the entirety of YouTube, I am a no one. I am a zero. The fact that you think, okay, cool, EA are willing to pay Chani for stuff, I wish. Just for full disclosure, in case you guys think I'm trying to hide anything from you or whatever, to date, because as the aforementioned, I am an established creator in the South African gaming space, which means I sometimes do get sent codes for games to play, to create content, to give my opinion on, to review, to post about. I always disclose if stuff is paid for. I always disclose if stuff was gifted. So to date, I have received from the local distributor who deals with distribution of the game locally in South Africa, I have received 3 packs. That was the base game for console when that came out. I then got sent codes for Discovery University and Eco Lifestyle. So I don't want to say that there's a lot to unpack here, but there is a lot to unpack here. And I'm sure that tons of people are going to be reacting to the same later and saying their own opinions. I understand what this is, right? They can't not respond to stuff online. especially since the community is going ham at them at the moment with, and I've said this already, with all validation. People are allowed to be upset, but I think where the problem comes in is that people are being downright disrespectful, and they're being hurtful and bullying towards other creators, towards the gurus, towards whoever. Just imagine you're a person that has to deal with the PR to the Sims, right? And you have to handle the social media accounts. And you've got the entire community coming at you with really horrible remarks and really personal horrible threats and stuff and bullying. And they just sit on the PR team. Like, it's not their fault that something within the bigger organization that is EA, that is The Sims, that something isn't coming into the game yet because they happen to sit on the social media team. There's still people behind the keyboards at the end of the day, and as much as it's easy to go at someone online and voice your opinions in a very aggressive way, I don't like the loss of humanity that's been happening recently. And I mean, gamers have this issue continually, right? I understand the people who are saying that EA isn't listening to us, that they're not listening to the community, that the modding community, this is one of the responses I saw before reading the letter. The modding community has created bunk beds, so why can't the Sims do it? And blah, blah, blah. The modding community and the custom content community are phenomenal. And as a console player, I envy PC having access to all of that stuff. Like, every single day, I'm like, do I just bite the bullet and buy all the packs that I already own on console over on PC now because I've got that option? And I'm like, that is a big money investment for me to make. And this is basically them covering their asses because they're lowering our expectations before the next pack. Honestly, if they hadn't done this and they released the next pack and then that also still doesn't have the bunk beds, the babies, the farming, the whatever else, I think it would be even worse if they didn't say anything about it. I honestly rather have them do this and manage my expectations so that I know that they're aware of the stuff that we want, but it's not something that can be developed overnight, right? It's not something that if you add something to base game, because there's so much DLC in The Sims, I think there's upwards of 35 packs that they need to juggle. And not everyone has all the packs, sure. But they need to make sure that the game is running optimally regardless of how much content or how few content pieces you have. So if they change something in the base game, like, I mean, look at the peeing toilets. Look at how the bug with the flames coming out when you're some peas, right? Like, that's not supposed to be there, and that's because you pulled one string here and something's gone funny down the line. I honestly think the community would be more pissed off and more on a back foot of, oh, they really aren't listening to us because we've asked, and now we're getting another expansion pack that still doesn't address it. Now they've set us up to be like, listen, we hear you, we know what you're looking for, but please understand that because of the way that game development works, this won't be in the next pack. Game development takes a long time, so they can't just stop what they're doing or stop what they had in the wheelhouse and do a 180 and suddenly crank out a massive change to fundamental pieces in the game within a short amount of time, right? I think they know that the priority is the skin tones. I'd rather, and I might be completely alone in this thinking, I'd rather with something as significant as skin tones, where the community as an entirety are begging for more inclusivity and more differentiation and more skins to be included for better representation across the color spectrum. I would personally rather have them take the time to do the research that Lindsay spoke about doing and make sure that they're representing the different skin tones and whatever and inclusivity as best as possible, and have them release like, this is the skin tone pack, or this is the free update to base game that is going to be your inclusivity solution, or our first step in improving our inclusivity, right? I'd rather them take a little bit longer and release something that makes a majority of the community, because you're never going to make everyone happy, let's be honest, but make the majority of the community take a step back and be like, okay, that was worth the wait, rather than them rushing to finish something and push it out. Because I think that'll upset the community more, is if EA releases their, here you go, here's better skin tones, and it's equally floppy, like, and it's rushed, and it creates a lot of bugs, and it crashes your game, and it's not the equal representation that you were hoping for. Because I think then you've got a bigger problem on your hands. I'd rather do something right the first time than have to continually update. But that's just personally, that's my opinion about the skins and skin tone situation. Guys, when The Sims first came out, they didn't have toddlers. Just think about that. And we asked for toddlers, and eventually when they added toddlers, as much as they're annoying, they're great. It's the best, I personally think, toddlers have been since Sims introduced the life phase of toddler, right? Yes, there's some stuff missing from Sims 2, Sims 3, but mechanically, I think they're some of the best that they've had. I understand people want stuff for babies. I'm tired of babies being objects as well. Trust me. I have never seen the Sims community be as toxic as what it has been recently. And I'm not invalidating the feelings of those who have been very forthcoming with how they feel and their negative feelings towards stuff. You're allowed to have that. But the second you start bullying other people for their opinions and you start spewing hate towards people, I'm not okay with that. And it comes down to online bullying and keyboard warriors and all of that stuff, which I don't want any of in my comment section. So please, if you have a differing opinion to me, and if you want to come hate and moan about EA in the comments, go for it. But don't be disrespectful to other people. And don't be disrespectful towards people who are still humans at the end of the day. Am I going to be pissed off if they have done all of this and they've responded to all of this, and then when they do release their solutions, then they still don't hit the mark? Then I will be angry. Then I'll be upset. But I'm of the opinion, I'm of the personality type to give people benefit of the doubt. I am willing to sit back and be like, okay, Sims, you do you. You've heard our feedback. You've heard how we feel about this. What are you going to do to fix this? And when they release their solutions, if those solutions don't hit the mark, then I'll be hella pissed off because I've already given the benefit of the doubt. And I might eat these words, and I might end up reacting to this video a year from now, 2 years from now, whenever the case is, and be like, I was still so hopeful back then. It's the same with mods for console. I'm still in the opinion of being hopeful. But if they take this hopefulness and they throw it in my face by giving me a subpar solution to what they claim is going to hit the target, then we can chat. Then we can be like, okay, hang on, no. Stop doing this now, because now you really aren't listening. You said that you're going to listen to us and you're still not listening. But that's a conversation to have once these solutions are put in place. And I'll give them time to perfect them and develop them. And maybe you should too. You don't have to take my opinion on it. But that's my stance on this. And I appreciate them. If we can get more of a regular update like this, Sea of Thieves does it really well, where they do like a weekly news update, whatever, about what's happening with the dev team, stuff that's coming, what the insiders are working on at the moment. Sea of Thieves does that really well with being super transparent with their audience. And I honestly think, yes, Sims can do better in communicating with stuff. And they've said that they will do better to communicate with us regularly and with more transparency, which, cool. Put your money where your mouth is. I want to actually see this in action now. So that's my ramble. I'm going to go edit this now to try and cut it down so that it's a bite-sized piece, so that it's concise and to the point rather than me rambling as I always do. But that is going to be the video. If you have a differing opinion to me, if you want to have a further conversation about it, you're welcome to take that up with me in the comment section. You can @me on Twitter. We can have a discussion. You want to join my Discord and have a further discussion there. I'm open to having conversations as long as they are constructive, as long as they are respectful, as long as you're not bullying someone in the comment section or in the replies for their opinion, then we're cool. Then we can be friends. Then we can hang. Cool. But anyway, that's going to be the video. If you did enjoy, make sure to give it a like. Subscribe if you're new around here. I do a ton of Sims stuff. We remember that we're all human differently, and I'll see you guys again soon. Sul.